This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Marcum MicroCap Conference 2015 in New York City. I have with me Eric Converse, VirtualScopics. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is VSCP. Eric, welcome to SNNLive.
Shelley, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's good to have you. So for our audience, let's get a short overview of the company.
VirtualScopics is a medical imaging contract research organization. What that means is we do all the imaging around clinical trials on a global level.
That's a big business. Tell me about your typical client and how they use you, and about which phase of clinical trials. I want to hear the whole story.
Well, we work with all of the large pharma companies. We have 9 of the top 15 pharmaceutical companies as our repeat business. We work with them on global clinical trials. Our main focus is in oncology. There's a lot of imaging around oncology. And what we're doing in that, between phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, is we'll work with a pharmaceutical company across one molecule to take it from a phase 1 to a phase 3, or we'll be brought in just for the early stage, and more so lately, we're getting into more clinical phase 3 trials.
So are you mostly, I know you say you're global, but I'm sure you're probably doing a lot of business in North America, but pharmaceutical companies are global. So explain that a little bit.
Shelley, you have clinical trials which will span the globe. You have some which are just in North America, some which are just in Europe. We're able to do all of them. We are based in Rochester, New York. We have recently opened an office in New Hope, Pennsylvania. But through our alliance partners, Ixico in London, and our latest alliance partner, Micron in Japan, we have more of a global reach for having people on the ground in each continent, in each region.
So let's get a little bit specific and drill down a little bit. As an example, what would you be doing specifically for one of the pharmas?
Well, we've worked with over 6,000 sites across 27 countries. And what we're doing is we're taking in the imaging from all of these imaging centers. For example, someone goes into a clinical site and has an MRI taken. At that point, we are taking those images in, we're analyzing them, we're showing the data results, is there any progression of the disease, and we're delivering the data on a grid and delivering that to the pharmaceutical company who's using that for an FDA submission.
Before you, how did they do it?
Early in 2000, there was a lot of evangelist work going on. I think what makes us unique is we've been able to really push our science and our agility. That's what keeps our customers coming back. Operational excellence is also something which is critical in this business. We have maintained our business and kept our customers and kept them coming back because we've been delivering everything on time, within budget, on a consistent basis.
How competitive is it?
It can be a very competitive business, especially as you get into the phase 3s. However, where we are, it's our customers that are coming back because of our operational excellence. And what we're able to do is work with these customers where many times things are not going out for bid because they like what we're doing. They don't want to lose that service, because once you trust your project management team, which is very critical in this industry, you don't want to move away from them. So for us, that's kind of our hidden success.
So it's a people business.
It is absolutely a people business. You need to invest in your infrastructure to make sure you're doing things as efficiently as possible, but operational excellence is key.
So would you call that your uniqueness?
I think our uniqueness is truly the people in the team. And I've heard this from any other industry, but I will tell you, when I stepped in as CEO at the end of 2013 and started this turnaround situation and started working on who was with the team and who wasn't, making sure that everyone was firing up on the same cylinders, that's when all of this started, and that's when I realized just how important the team is, especially our project management team.
That's interesting, because here you are, a technology company, and you're more worried about the human culture in the firm.
The most interesting thing I learned is when I took over, people weren't so concerned about who is the new CEO. They were more concerned that I wasn't going to change their project manager. It is all about the team. But in order to have a good team, you need to have people behind them and the infrastructure in place and all the technology to make sure they're able to do their jobs as quickly and as efficiently and cost effectively as possible.
I have 2 more questions. The first one is, what's your background?
My background is I come into situations where they need to make some changes. Something isn't working and they need someone to come in with some fresh eyes, not necessarily industry experience, but someone who can just say what is right in this team and what isn't right. That doesn't mean someone is wrong and someone is right, it just means it's not working. So you make the necessary changes, you get everyone rowing in the same direction, and you start seeing success. I would say last year when we had a building year, we had some of our highest bookings ever. So we're really pleased to see our first quarter numbers show a 20% increase over the first quarter from last year.
So we're almost finished with 2015. We're looking forward to 2016. In your market, where do you see the company growing?
I see the company growing by continuing to focus on what we do well. In the past, there wasn't always such a laser focus. By laser focusing on the areas where we do well, especially oncology, we continue to do the same thing efficiently, and we have all of these gains with our own profitability and our win rate with our customers, not only keeping the ones we have, but winning new ones.
So Eric, I'm curious, and I know our viewers are, what's the size of this market?
We estimate the market for imaging and clinical trials to be between $500 and $700 million.
And how much of that market share you think you're going to grab by 2016? Or should I not ask you that question?
We're going to grab as much as we can, but as I said, we are in a turnaround situation. We have a small piece of that, but I think what we've been delivering over the last year and a half has really shown that there's a lot of market out there for us to take advantage of.
So Eric, let's get your website out there for our viewers, please.
It's www.virtualscopics.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a publicly traded company. The symbol is VSCP. This is Eric Converse, VirtualScopics. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. We're coming to you live from the Marcum MicroCap Conference 2015 in New York City. Thanks for coming on, Eric. It was
Thanks,
great
Shelley.
to have you.